Okay. So, last time you got into town, you just got through the gate. There are different costs to get around town. I don't recall, did everybody pay to get in, or did you get like day passes for the...
I think I covered the day pass for everybody.
Okay.
It was like 10 copper total or something like that, or 20 copper or something like that.
Let me look and see if I wrote it down.
I know I've got my gold deduction like on my sheet for it. I can't remember exact.
Yeah.
It was 2 silver that I paid to get in.
Lost stuff.
Oh no.
Unless we didn't do anything and I didn't take notes last game. But maybe I did. I said the lobsters finally killed. That's like the last thing I wrote down. So
I remember
Okay,
that.
so that was the session before last.
that's what I thought. I lost my notes for the previous session in a computer meltdown. So it was a long story. My mouse did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
As in like pet or input device?
Input device.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't note the cost get in. I just have that we arrived at Kudlestein?
Kudlestein.
Kudlestein.
Which last time the question came up like, what kind of a name is that? And I actually had notes on it and forgot to share. This place was originally established as like originally just it was going to be like a really tiny little trade stop where they were just going to build a bridge to help promote trade, because you already had the river going here, but you had to have some way to get goods across the river reliably. And there were some architects and mechanists and artificers that all got together and basically petitioned the empire. Let's see here. I know it's written down here somewhere. Great work and craftsmanship were put into the gates and bridges to keep commerce flowing through this town. Much of the tolls and fees keep the city operating smoothly. A series of pulleys, gears, ropes, spindles, water wheels, and counterweights allow the bridges and gates to be operated almost continuously with little more than the pull of a lever. Originally starting as a settlement to construct bridges and aid trade. Again, I have the empire listed in here, but whatever. Basically, these guys got together and petitioned the empire saying, hey, you give us a little more backup. We want to make this like our pet project to build this trade hub. So all the bridges across town are lift bridges. And a lot of the town, the structure, the roads are made from brown granite, and the town's name translates to all the stone that was used in the city, literally to brownstone.
Oh. When you first said the name earlier tonight, I thought you said Kudlestein, and I'm like, poodles?
No, not poodles.
I know.
Not poodles. Excuse me.
Let's go.
I believe there was a little bit of exchange of information with some of the rest of the survivors. Bill Altair, of course, still needs to get to his squire ship. Valentina, the bounty hunter, needs to get to her base of operations to see what her next target is. Jillian Mauve, the bartendress, needs to get back to her the tavern where she works. Jimmy is going to try to meet his contact for a carpet deal. And then, of course, Jenny is the 9-year-old girl whose parents are dead.
Very dead.
Poor Jenny.
Did we bury her parents, or were we possible zombification could happen here?
I think we just kind of put the bodies in a bag or something.
Well, because
Did
it
we bury
wasn't
them?
it was like kind of wintry outside, so I don't think we really could have buried them, right?
I want to say that you either like piled some stones on the bodies or you just burned them. I don't quite remember.
Well, if they're intact, then,
'Cause-
you know, she could be possibly in a word of a whole nother level of traumatization, but you know.
I believe that you wanted to do some sort of a burial, but because of time,
We couldn't.
it ended up being more of a cremation. And before that, like going through some of the belongings of the dead, Bill got a little
Bill's the
upset.
stinky one, right?
He's the squire, the stinky squire, yes.
Okay.
Not actually that stinky, but that is his reputation now.
His name has been used to insult Thor.
Yes.
Right.
So the only one who needs any sort of guidance is, of course, Jenny. Unless you have something that you want to do, everybody else will just kind of, head off to do their thing.
I got nothing. I'm still trying to regain my footing, so I'm just kind of gonna tag along with whoever.
Yeah. What time? I do not have it written down anywhere with my stuff. What time was it whenever we arrived? Is it late or like early evening or something like that?
I want to say it's early afternoon, probably around like, I don't know, 2 to 3 p.m.
Okay.
Usually I try to take notes of stuff like that, but the last note I have here is 6:30 a.m., which I know is not correct.
Yeah, for I have a little quick notebook, and then like at the end of the session, I write it transferable stuff. I lost my quick notebook for this campaign. So I have notes for the other little side adventure. It's early enough. I mean, we could attempt to find an orphanage or a place for Jenny. Other than that, I would just say, see if Jillian's tavern has rooms for whenever we're ready to bed down.
Jillian is willing to, she gives you all a thank you, and she says she'll make sure that you get some free food and drink when you're there, but you probably don't want to sleep there. It's definitely a tavern and not an inn. They do have
It's a bit seedy.
It's not a top-notch place. There are 2 rooms in the back of the tavern that are just basically like large stone rooms. One of them is like a pantry / fridge, and then the other one is just big 20 by 20 foot room, no windows, 1 door, and that's it. And they're sort of like, if somebody needs a place to stay, you can pay 1 copper and sleep on the floor with everybody else.
Intimate.
Classy joy. slumber party.
It's a local watering hole. It's kind of a dive. Like, people go there to socialize, to fuck, and to get trashed, and that's about it. They do serve food, bad food, except for when Jillian cooks it, but she doesn't like to cook, so she basically only does that when she has to. Most of the time, she's just a waitress.
Then yeah, the only real thing we've got to take care of is getting Jenny somewhere.
Okay.
And Jenny, they weren't from here, right? They were traveling to here.
Yes. Jenny's father was going to be... He had just been hired on to start work running a shop.
Yeah. Yeah, we tried asking Jenny. She didn't know the name of the shop or anything like that. Correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we could
She's
poke around the shopping district, see if someone knows.
She's kind of a simple, dumb little kid who, you know, she knows her mom and dad is mom and dad, and the shop. Let me see, actually.
See, she's dumb. You just gotta be reminded all the time that her parents are dead.
Let the dummy forget.
She says the shop was selling things, like not food, but special things.
Does she not know what words, like, did they never say what these things were in front of her? Did they own a sex shop? Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh no.
I mean, she's also... How old is she? She's pretty young, right?
She's 9.
Yeah.
I think a 9-year-old would know, like, what a clock was, or what a... The only thing a 9-year-old wouldn't know if it was questionable. Like drugs or... bongs.
Was her shop
Oh
called
my god,
Toys
it was
R
a
Us,
bong
giggity?
shop.
Is it something a kid would care about?
Candy.
Like,
I
as
think
a
she would know if it was
9-year-old,
a
I
candy
don't...
shop.
Right? Like, if it's a candy shop, she'd probably be all about it. Like, as a 9-year-old, I don't know if I would have cared what my parents did.
It was
I
probably
knew-
called food and stuff.
Well, no, I knew that, like, at 9 years old, that I may not know what insulation was, but I knew my dad did it at 9-year-old. Like, you can know what the word is, but doesn't mean you know how to define it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I rolled to see whether or not she would know, and she got a natural 2.
So she's naturally
Yeah.
stupid. Okay, gotcha.
She didn't
The
care.
dice gods have chosen for her.
Yeah, she didn't care really what her parents did. She knew that her dad was basically a shop manager in this little podunk town out somewhere, and that they were moving here where you know, it isn't his place. He was going to run it for someone because that's what he did before. But before, it was like a general store that just sold stuff, including food. But she knew that this one didn't sell. It doesn't sell food. It sells special objects that do things.
So it used to sell stuff, but now it sells things.
Stuff and
We
things.
could-
That's the name.
Is there like an established shopping district in this town, or is it just kind of all over the place since it's a trade hub?
It's just kind of all over the place. There's the place started up literally as just a few buildings around one bridge in the middle of the river, and then, you know, with the extra funding and such, they added more bridges and you know, automated it.
Right.
So the city has kind of, like, it was not well planned out because of, you know, it's supposed to be this shitty little place and then growing.
There was no
It has
central planning until it was good.
Yeah, it just kind of became a sprawl and a product of its own, you know, growth. The walls were added, later as a fact to help control trade going through, and stuff has just kind of been popped up and added in and whatnot. The buildings along the river tend to be where the fancier and wealthier stuff is, so that's not like a hard and fast rule. And half the time, people will come in, grab like food or maybe like trade a little bit of stuff and then be on their way, which is why they sell day passes for this place. It's not unless somebody's actually going to be here doing business for a while or shopping around, it's less of a trade hub and more of like super duper truck stop.
Last gas station on the highway.
There's
Kind
definitely some
of.
good burritos somewhere around here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, so bit of a stretch here because we didn't bother thinking about this whenever we crashed, I don't think, but is there any possibility we remember how her parents were dressed, whether they were more commoner or fancier kind of people? Or if we could deduce that from whatever clothes she started off with. I know we gave her a fancy dress from the crate.
Yeah.
Yes, a fancy oversized dress. She was had a very plain dress. Her parents were they had very plain clothing. Literally just like her mom had a very simple dress. Her dad just trousers and like an over tunic that was just brown pants, beige top. They were not wealthy. They were coming from a small town that was like, it was a big deal that he was getting this job because this was going to be like a lot more money for their family.
So is it like someone moving for like a manager position and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's literally what he was doing. Was he managed a shitty little country store, like a general store, and now he was going to be managing something else that was much more of a big deal, that was going to pull in a lot more money.
Portcullis Mart.
A what?
like Portcullis Mart, like it's
Yeah.
a Walmart.
Oh. Okay, sorry.
Catch you that. That was a good one.
That was good. That was good.
Going from
Sometimes
his
it
mom
can be-
and
some-
pop to the big
sometimes-
chain.
Sometimes that can be funny. Once every blue moon.
All right, so I think probably fish around and see if we can find where she was supposed to end up. If they, still don't know if it's what kind of relationship it was that got him the job or anything. If there might be a place for her to land there, or if there's even an orphanage in this town.
Oops. That's not what I
Sure, could
wanted.
have been
Suppose
like
that's something
an
we could
uncle.
ask. Yeah.
Yeah, what is Jenny's last name?
Amble.
Campbell. We can start with that, I guess.
Yeah.
Any amble.
Kind of cool last name. Ambling around.
Jenny parents said Amble.
All right. So, so out of all the people that are with us,
Mm-hmm.
only Jillian's local, correct?
Yeah, technically. Let's see here. Jillian is a local. Bill has not been here before. Valentina comes through time to time, and the same thing with Jimmy.
Oh,
So they're
then
not
if we could just
they're not locals
ask-
exactly, but they're familiar.
just ask them. Yeah, maybe them not any specifics, but if there's a place, for kids lost on the road or whatever in this town, or if they're just kind of left to their own devices here.
Oops. Careful, Alex. Jimmy has no fucking clue. Valentina says that she's pretty sure there's some kind of orphanage somewhere, or at least something that'll help take care of lost kids.
Like a church.
They can always try to talk to the guards and file a report, but of course that will only help so much since her parents are deceased. The main church in the region is a temple of Temet Nu. And they would probably help her out.
Hey, Jenny, you want to be a nun?
Maybe a paladin.
Ever seen Sister Act? Hilarious.
Jenny does not know what a nun is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, perfect.
And it's a
Alright,
good thing we found you, Jenny, because you would be following your parents soon after.
Oh, good. So dark.
Maybe the local thieves guild would want to add her to their street urchin network.
That would be pretty cool.
It's not the worst outcome.
Probably
Alright.
a pretty good character.
Yeah.
You can find her like a top head with the top of it, ripped off. Some nice pants with patches on it. Really sell the look.
Hey, in a few years, she's gonna have a real fancy dress to wear. Okay.
We won't even recognize her when we come across her.
Alrighty. So yeah, I suppose probably just get directions from Jillian to her establishment, and then mosey around looking for shops, orphanage, whatever it happens to be that we come across first, since we don't have directions to go off of.
I concur with that plan.
We do need to find shops to sell all our tobacco and oil and stuff, anyways.
And
Do you have
dry
notes,
dates.
notes of all of that, Toki? I just
I
have what
do.
I have on hand. Okay, great. So I
Yeah,
do
I
have
have
what
that.
I have on hand, but I don't know what everyone else will speak at holding.
That one did not disappear.
Thank you.
All right.
Pre-crap fight.
I had a thought of something, so I wanted to write it down before I forgot. Jillian gives you directions to the tavern. It is the Lonely Toad Bar. Specifically, the tavern's name is Lonely Toad, not the Lonely Toad. So it will be referenced as like the Lonely Toad Bar, or the bar called the Lonely Toad. But if you are there and you call it the Lonely Toad instead of just saying, Lonely Toad, there's always somebody will give you shit for it, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so
Locals
she
guard
gives,
their spot from the tourists.
yeah, basically.
I could see you with that look in the Mustang. I know you would wear that. That's awesome.
What?
Oh, yeah, forget you, man. Forget it. I'm done. I'm done.
I do wear this look in the Mustang.
Oh, no, you sported it good.
Still
Sorry.
can't see your camera.
Yeah, for some reason, Roll20 is all fucked up, and even though I was seeing you earlier, it's not showing you on my end either.
Yeah, I can't see you either.
Dude,
But-
that thing is so awesome. That
It's
is
fine.
so
It's fine.
So
It's
rad.
Roll20 is about to push some sort of big update for redoing their site. And it looks
Yeah,
like
so
it's
the Discord integration is supposed to go public, I believe, in the next month or so.
no, even more than that. They have
Oh,
a new
really?
beta
That's
version of the site that there's a new beta version of the site that they're working on that's basically
Very cool.
gonna overhaul a lot of how it runs. Which, I mean, like, you know, it was one of the first VTTs out there, and it's always been free unless you want extra space. And because you have so many more that are popping up, I think they've, even though they were the first one, they've realized, like, we gotta step up our game if we want to keep our you know,
Roll out a subscription
Players
model
amount.
to be competitive. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, again, they've always had you know, options for buying assets in game to where you can just plunk them in and they work. And they've always had options for like extra space, which is fine if you have like high quality maps and such. But you know, I'm cheap and I'm drawing stuff by hand, so whatever. I just want better, you know, reliable site function, and it doesn't matter how many bells and whistles you have on there. It won't work if you don't have that. So they've had to finally step up their game, and we'll see.
They just gotta work on the coding and all that. Right?
Yeah, but it looks like they're getting there. Jimmy actually has a few suggestions on where you can go and sell those goods.
Okay. Very cool. So I guess we could. I mean, those are things, not food. So that's generally the direction we need to go.
They're not stuff either, right? Because we know what it's not stuff.
Oh boy, gotta love kids.
So helpful.
It's not normal stuff.
Not normal stuff. That just screams magical shop to me.
The vibe I was
So-
getting.
Yeah.
Jimmy will give you directions to basically like a pawn shop and a general store,
Okay.
and then he's gonna head along on his way. Before he heads out, he specifically goes up to you, Clay, and he gives you a big thank you for you know, protecting him when you know, shit was going south. And he's going to give you a big hug and 5 copper pieces, figuring that it'll help pay back some of the stuff for the gate.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Maybe Jimmy wasn't that stinky after all.
No, it's Bill's the stinky one.
God damn it, the old.
Jimmy was a good one. He helped us find it 4 times. He gives directions to what, a pawn shop and
General store.
Yeah.
general-
Yeah.
Very. Can't wait to see him today.
What?
So I can't wait to see him become a knight. Squire training. That's Jimmy, right?
That's Bill.
Wait, no. Bill! I was mixing them up!
Yeah.
See?
Jim,
God
See?
dang it.
It's easy,
God
right?
dang it!
God.
Jimmy was the kind of snobby rich.
Yeah,
Trader
Jimmy.
guy.
Yeah, Jimmy was the guy that sells carpets.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. But still, thank you, Jimmy. You at least stopped on the road whenever the monster was chasing the child.
Bill is gonna just mosey with the group for a bit until he gets his bearings and knows where he has to go for his squireship, if that's okay.
Is this squireship in town?
Yes, he was specifically
Oh,
headed
okay.
here.
Oh. Alrighty. I suppose we're moseying then, right? Dang.
Do you want to just wander, or is there a specific location you're heading for first?
General store Jimmy gave us directions to, maybe?
Okay.
Maybe a general store will have a good idea of like the other shops in town that are waiting on a proprietor to come.
So what I've kind of scribbled in green there as a quick reference is the general store. This is just like a huge place for going and loading up on any sorts of supplies that somebody needs for like carrying a wagon or a caravan or whatever through the rest of their travel, basically. Is there's several like tellers along the southern edge of the store. Are you just going up to one of them and asking if you can sell your stuff? Oh, did we just lose Russ?
No, I'm here. I hit the freaking wrong. I X'd out of the wrong tab.
Oh, okay.
Coming back.
Seems fine. We could probably do that and try to get some information about where Jenny's parents might have been going. If everyone else is good with that, I know. I've got. I mean, I would recommend someone else do the negotiating, not me. But I have 4 pounds of tobacco and 2 gallons of olive oil on me.
You have 2 gallons of olive oil and what else?
4 pounds of tobacco.
Okay.
Other than that, it's potatoes and Bulette carapace that I ripped off in a rage.
And most of the rest of that stuff was food. So
Okay.
potatoes, baits,
Oh, there's-
Liar.
What?
Liar has a frilly negligee and lingerie.
Oh right, yeah.
Wasn't
Someone's
there,
gonna make this group look good.
wasn't there a bit of wine as well? Someone grabbed.
Yes, Tiberius has 3 bottles of red port.
It's for the ladies.
Okay, so we're not selling the port.
No, we can sell if we need it.
Okay.
The teller looks at the olive oil and the tobacco and he goes, wow, well, we don't normally buy stuff, but those are like bulk quantities. I can ask somebody to see if they're interested. Do you want me to like, contact a manager or something?
We'd like to speak to your supervisor.
Somebody please tell me that Liar has the best charisma in this group. Please, I want to.
She activated the Karen rune.
I mean, Blair is a bard, so charisma I think
I
is a
love it.
thing.
Yeah, I love it. Can't wait for this.
Give me a, I think it's persuasion.
What's my charisma? +7. So yes, Liar is very charismatic. That's why no one gets
Wow.
mad at him for when he says, "Thanks, Jenny, your parents are dead," and everyone's like, "Oh, that Liar, ain't he cute?"
Such a jokester.
Real quick, Russ.
Cheers.
With your character sheet, I just had a minor bug when I went to try and check something. There are several fields in this document that I pulled up where the information did not appear in it until you clicked on where it should have been, and then it suddenly fills in. Dumb as that sounds, if you're sure that this is the most current version of your character sheet, literally, like, don't enter any information. Just click on those fields where stuff is missing and see if it happens to pop up.
It's not working for me.
No? Okay. It was worth a shot. Anyway,
I know I
yes.
have more gold than this. I know I had over... I have 231. I knew I had close to like 300.
Give me, persuasion.
Okay, my
Check,
persuasion is
please.
+7. Oh, wow! First roll of the night, it's going strong. Well, that is a 10, so halfway.
Yeah, still.
He was like, "Yeah, I'll talk to a manager. We'll see if we can arrange a deal. They're not in, but let me talk to my higher up right now and see if we can get the ball rolling. If you're okay with waiting a moment." And
guess.
he like steps away and he's gone for a couple of minutes, and he's like, "Yeah, come back, few hours around sundown, and then we could probably like figure something out for you."
This was supposed to be the one thing I was good at, and I fucking blew it. God damn it.
Welcome to my world. I haven't rolled good in forever.
That +7 got us right to where you needed to be. I would have just failed. A few hours.
All right. What else did you wanna ask them about?
See if he knew a shop that was supposed to be taken over by the Ambles.
Or if
a shop
anybody was
that was
expecting-
waiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Go ahead.
I just couldn't make it out between the two of you.
Sorry, yeah. Just basically, if you know of a shop that was waiting for like a new manager or someone new to run it in the area.
He doesn't know the Ambles. He might have a couple of suggestions.
I'm gonna get me a refill, but I'll still be able to hear you guys.
Okay. um, he knows that some of the places in town that were looking to fill new management positions were Aldo's Rigs, Sales, and More, Spices Complete, Bow and Hingles, and the Tilted Bottle.
So we know it's not food. Unless Tilted Bottle is a potion shop, but even then, that's kind of food adjacent.
It's also magic adjacent.
Do any of these sound familiar, Jenny?
No. Natural 3. Maybe you should adopt her. She rolls like you guys.
I'm
That
back.
hurts on a few different levels.
But it's funny.
It is. Alrighty. So I mean, unless someone wants to see what they've got, I think we're good here. Unless like we know it's not food.
Maybe
We asked the dude what
Aldo's.
what Aldo's and Bow and Ingalls sell. And the Tilted Bottle sounds like potion shop or a bar.
Aldo's is Aldo's Rigs, Sales, and More. They are on the waterfront, basically down and around the block. They just carry equipment for repairing ships. So if a ship is coming through and their sails have been fucked up, or they need rope or pulleys or whatever, it's just an emporium for that. And then Bow and Hingle's full name, also known as B&H INO, is Bow and Hingle's Imports and Oddities.
I mean, they don't sell bows. Opportunity lost. It was right there in the name.
It's not that kind of bow.
Oh, it's like a Chippendales.
I was thinking of Bojangles. I thought it was going to be like a chicken shop.
Kind of bows.
It's actually a chain store. They
Will you sell chains?
sell exactly what their name implies. Just weird shit.
Skulls turned into chandeliers.
Yeah. Or cursed objects, or just all sorts of stuff that's hard for people to get their hands on. If somebody's looking for an interesting curio or a spell component or something, then they'll have it. And
That's it. That's
if
the
they,
place.
because they're a chain shop, if they can, if they don't have it there, then their big claim to fame is they can always have it shipped in from one of their other places.
That's like the most definition of things, and not stuff. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it.
And then Tilted Bottle potion shop or bar?
It is mostly a tavern, kind of an inn.
Okay, so
Definitely more froofy.
Oh, froofy.
Yeah, it has a reputation for
The bar for fops.
the nobility,
Fops, yeah.
wealthy merchants, fops, yeah.
Where the businessmen bring the pretty women.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I mean, out of those, Owen Hingles is the best lead, probably.
Yeah, my money is on that one.
Ship repair, spices, or tavern/inn.
Probably go to
Rosie just came in the office and then back out again. Okay.
Bowen Hingles.
Do you want
The
something?
manager we were waiting on.
Oh, that's right. But didn't they say come back after dark?
In a few hours.
Yeah, it's like
Managers are working with him, so.
somewhere around 2 in the afternoon. You've got at least 2-3 hours somewhere around there before it's going to be dark.
Is Bowen Hingles close to us?
No. It is actually, if I'm reading that right, against the northern wall.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, so that opposite town to ease up.
What about the church? Is that near us?
That's closer, if I am looking at that correctly. Yes. It's not close. It's directly across the river and down a block.
We could take her to the church. And then, if we find out that she's like somehow related to the Bowen Hingles people, we can say, hey, they have her at the church. She's being really well taken care of.
We'll pit stop and get her off her feet. It's gonna try in 2 days.
And then we don't have to go all the way to Bowen Hingles right this second. Can mosey on over to the church,
Mosey
deal
away.
with Jenny, and then mosey on back here.
Yeah,
Well,
that works.
aren't we looking for a place to sleep too?
We have now one option from that. We can stay at the
Technically
bottom.
2. One is just really shitty.
Yeah.
What about the church?
I mean, they could.
So
What are they trying to
I-
convert us to?
okay. So I do have Beauty of the Cleric Acolyte stuff. We can expect free healing and care at faith centers. Oh no, at your faith centers. This is not my faith center. Never mind.
Depending upon what your like general standing is, and how your church gets along with others, they might play nice with you.
Would I
Yeah,
have any idea of what to expect from the Temple of Temetnu?
Now your character's background, you came from like a coastal village, right?
Yeah, I was pretty isolated within our faith.
There's a chance that your church might be in good standing with them, because Temetnu is specifically like a river goddess, and even though the sea and the river aren't the same thing, depending...
You both worship water, so
Well, not no. Clay doesn't worship water, but he came from a region that would probably at least be familiar with it. Um, what's um, what's Perry's deity specifically?
Zeus.
Zeus. Okay.
So storms.
Um, you won't know exactly until you get there, but
Yeah.
there is a good chance that they would maybe not be like friendly, but respect you on some level.
Okay.
Because Temet Nu is usually associated with like wealth and strength. So between like you would be somewhat familiar with the church and some of the principles because of where you grew up and because of the values of Zeus. It would be like, yeah, you're kind of close. Like his values would be related to hers.
You believe our religion is more right, though, right?
So the beauty of D&D is all the gods confirmed exist.
Well, yes and
Which
no.
one's your favorite? Roughly.
So
well-
then it's just like a popularity contest, or like, yeah, but ours is the strongest one. Right.
Unless the god has been seen, there are clerics who can get their powers based on just faith. It is definitely less of a thing in version 5, but they do specifically say that. More so in version 3, it was a bigger deal that like you could make a cleric that was based on an ideal or concept. And you can have that, and then if you mash in the whole bullshit that comes from like Kuatoa and how they work, gods are known to be a thing, and there are some that have been confirmed, but their permanence and existence are still a little bit wishy-washy.
Whether they still affect the plane or anything like that.
Well, again, like you can have a cleric that affects, physical reality by just being a cleric. And then because of the way the Kuatoa work, they can just create gods if things fall in the right order. And then you have certain characters and beings that have literally killed gods. It's known that gods exist, but which ones still exist, which ones are active, and which ones are actually real or just like getting power from the faith is where the divide comes up, essentially.
Oh. Well, I know. Our goddess still goddess. A wealth goddess of the river sounds pretty on point for this city.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why, like, their temple is literally set up right on the side of the river. It's kind of their whole deal.
See, I think Toby's plan, head to the church, hope for good things. They, strike me on sight. These guys, because I'm gonna die.
Let me step away, take a quick little breather and reset before we continue. If there's anything else you want to discuss before we mosey on to it now, that sound good?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, where are you going first?
Church.
Church,
The
yeah.
temple.
The
Okay.
temple of
Baby
Temedu.
church. I was literally just singing that in my head.
Take me to church.
In my head now, Liar is singing that as we're walking.
Except that, like, the medieval core version of it, yeah.
Take me to church, I'll save it alive. Oh, sorry.
Do we know roughly what part of town like Valentina and Bill are heading towards? I know they're still sticking with us for a bit.
Yeah, Valentina gave you an invite. Oh, actually, she was supposed to have left the group earlier. Let me remove her. Yeah, when you went to the general store, this one she would have pieced out. She
was gone.
Gave you an invitation to stop by Black Brass Security Contracting. No guarantees she will be there when you arrive, but she will
Put in the work for us.
Yeah, if
She had
you
mentioned somewhere that you could possibly drop the kid off, correct?
she said that she's pretty sure that there's some place that would take Jenny. But she doesn't know exactly.
Okay.
And then she said you could also just contact the town guard and see if they could come up with anything. As you are approaching the bridge, you hear a series of bells sound off. They almost sound like church bells.
Damn.
And huh?
Nothing. Go ahead. I was thinking the troll under the bridge.
Oh. You hear a couple of bells sound off from upriver, and then they continue to echo from all the bridges down the riverway, and everybody starts hurrying across the bridges. And at the two essentially like towers at the front of the river, which is the left-hand side, it's flowing from west to east. You see, they have these basically like almost scoop-shaped wire grates or nets that rotate down into the water, and a ship is coming along, and all the bridges start raising. They're all split in the middle there, and as this ship passes, you know, some people on the sides of the street are watching it, just go like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," and they're like waving at the ship, and some of the people on the ship are waving back, and you have to wait for like 15 minutes while the ship moseys its way down the river, and then all the bridges go back into place. They have basically like a bunch of gears and cogs set up with pulleys and ropes. So if you come on, there we go. On the edge of the river, you not only have it's almost like I don't think they're called parapets. You know how on the edges of like castle towers you have that little like up and down sort of like blocky design?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that all along the edge of the river, but where those black bars are, those are actually water wheels that line the entire side of the river, and they are constantly driving gears, ropes, and pulleys to basically keep the bridges automated with counterweights. So when they need to raise them, you have guys standing at all the different bridges that just, get the signal, operate the levers, and then the stuff goes up and then goes back down. You're fine. So, okay. You cross the bridge. As you do, there's, essentially the bridge operators on either side are standing there with boxes, and they ask to see your day pass, and they check it, and it's like, yeah, okay, all's good, and they let you across.
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass, yes.
Multi-pass.
Lilo Dallas multi-pass.
What's funny, my daughter just watched that for the first time. Now she's like, I get it. I was like, you get what? She's like, Zorg, why you say, that's my favorite. I do his voice where he like does the flamethrower before he does. He goes, and this, my favorite. And I do that with the last, like, this is my favorite. She's like, I never got the voice, and now I understand it. I was like, yes.
Congrats on no longer being an enigma to your teenage daughter.
Yeah, I try to get my oldest son to watch. He's like, oh,
But
no,
what is it? Fifth, sixth, whatever dimension?
Fifth element.
the
Fifth element. Yeah, it's been a while.
I love just on my fucking toe on my desk. Oh, my favorite. No, I'm kidding. Ow. Yeah, my oldest son wanted to watch it. And I was like, come on. He's like, oh, I'm not really into classic films. I was like, dude, I'm about to knock you out with a classic punch.
What's it like to be born in the 1900s?
It was a good
You
time.
don't want
It
to
was a simple
know.
time. It was a simple
It
time.
just keeps getting worse. It
Dude,
just keeps getting
it
worse.
It does. As soon as one thing's fixed on me, something else goes out. I'm like an old car. Like, hey, I just got a new engine. What's
I was
it?
just talking about
back
society in
control arm.
general, but yeah, my knees are shit.
Oh yeah, I got gout in all my joints. That's fun.
I slept
thankfully my
weird,
knees
and
are
now
still
I'm
good.
bedridden.
Oh, I'm in
Thankful.
physical therapy for my neck. I have 2 bulging discs, and then it turns out my shoulders also, like, it's an old baseball injury. But yeah, I had my first rib popping out through my collarbone, and he's like, it's just what's it called, out of place. So he placed it back, and then I had 2 ribs that were stuck. I'm like, oh, cool. How did that happen? He goes, well, getting older. I was like, nice. Okay. And I.
So what's the quote from The Simpsons? It'll happen to you.
Yes. Excellent. Smithers.
But they're actually putting you physical therapy for your neck?
Yeah, they are.
That's
I go on
good.
the 29th for epidural injections into my neck.
Okay.
So.
That's, I mean, to me that's good news, because it means that surgery isn't a certainty. It means there's a good chance that, even though it's, well, a pain in the neck, they might be able to actually fix it,
Yeah.
Then you don't got the Batman neck.
Yeah. I know. Actually, I thought that's what it was. When I asked the neurologist, they took me to a neurologist because she works with the spine.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, so if there's surgery, you guys are going to put rods on to be turning like Michael Keaton and Batman? She goes, no, we actually have newer stuff. She goes, these rods are flexible. You'll be able to have full range of motion. I was like,
Oh, that's nice. But still, if you can,
it's not
yeah.
that bad yet. Oh, okay.
yeah, if you can get that, resolved without having to resort to that, then that's still like way better.
Two sticks, discs. Jesus Christ.
She told me what they're going to have to do if they had to go through surgery. She goes, which is not an option. I was like, what? She's like, they go through your neck right here in the jugular. They have to go right through there, get in there, repair that, stick a rod onto that, and then put it down into your C7 or C8 and fuse it onto there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like, I was like, why are you going through my fucking neck? Right there where my artery is. She goes, we go in through back and front, so we can get both. I was like, oh. So she's like, "We'll leave a big nasty scar. We're going right down your neck, right there in the throat area." So I was like, "Well," she goes, "that's not an option." She goes, "It's not that bad yet, so we're gonna fix it. So it's not an option at all." I was like, "Awesome! I'm done with surgeries." I was like, "You guys already stole my gallbladder from me." And I did tell you that after I saw the guy my surgeon for my follow up, I told you guys about he said, "Oh, my gallbladder was torn to pieces." He's like, "That thing was scar tissue like crazy."
Oh,
He's
you
like,
didn't. But...
Oh yeah, he said. He goes, "That thing need to be removed." He goes, "That's been the source of your heart attack scares probably for a long time."
Really?
Yeah. I was like, "Oh," and I haven't had one since. I feel better. It's just I still got fucking.
Nice to know that one less thing to worry about, right?
Yeah, and now we got to get rid of the gout, and my diet isn't working, so that sucks. So they're gonna give me medication for that.
Well, now that the gallbladder is resolved, it should at least be easier.
Yeah, I'm hoping so, because I stopped sticking to my diet a week ago. I said, "Fuck this! Life is too short. I'm gonna enjoy food." I'm not eating deep fried shit though. I like how I feel when I'm staying away from that kind of food, the deep fried and fried foods. Like, I'll do a pan-sear on my food with avocado oil or coconut oil, healthy oil. So that's about it. Other than that, I stay away from fried foods completely, and because I like the way I feel.
I have noticed that because I don't eat a lot of fried food anymore either, and I have noticed that on the occasion I do eat it, my stomach goes blurp.
Yeah. Know what's my weakness? McDonald's fries. Every time they get McDonald's, I was like, "Oh, I'll just have a couple." I'm like, "Oh, fuck." Nope.
I think fries and like a funnel cake at the fair are like the two things that I just can't say no to.
Oh man, that sounds good.
I've never been a fan of funnel cakes. My favorite thing is the deep fried turkey legs.
Somebody doesn't enjoy life enough to love
Yeah, I want to enjoy life. Oh, but not funnel cakes.
Not funnel cake. Like, what the fuck? That's
I mean, they're good. I'm not saying I don't like them. It's just
if
like,
I ever get to a point where I
Are you
don't
more of a
fucking
savory food guy than a sweet food guy?
yeah, I am.
So you're like Alex in that sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love deep fried turkey legs. They're my favorite. That's my favorite.
Just in case you're interested, I put in the original quote for Temet Nu and the standard reference for her in the rules. However, here her representation has been modified to better fit the region. The religion spawned from a...
Oh, continue. I'm sorry. I can ask you later.
The religion spawned from like a desert tropical area, which does not fit here. So even though she represents the same thing, she still has a bountiful figure, but dark-skinned, looks closer to a dwarf, and instead of her
hippopotamus head.
Yeah, and instead of that, she looks more normal, but carries a giant catfish. It still is like her.
She is an Egyptian origin. Okay.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you get to the temple. The temple is constructed of muddy brown sandstone. It's covered in carvings of geometric patterns, murals depicting great acts of victory and bountiful harvests, and of course, Temet Nu herself. you see not like a ton of people coming in and out, but there are some people going in, and they're clearly like they're a little bit more let's say fancy dressed, basically asking for blessings for their travels and for wealthy transactions and such. And you have a few priests milling about, like, okay, yes, bless you, donation. So they're kind of going down the line, and then they finally come to you and are like, all right, what can we do for you?
I like to speak to your manager.
Karen Rune activated.
Why?
A what?
Karen Rune.
Like,
Oh, okay. Are you,
What are managers called? What are managers called in these things? Oh,
high steps? I don't know.
priests, pastors.
Maybe we should explain our situation to him before demanding the higher ups. Like,
I mean, okay, fine.
Let me speak to your goddess.
no.
what to what?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how new?
All of my wounds have reopened. They're just fully bleeding on the ground right now because I'm stressing out.
Yeah, that's another thing too that I was worried about, because I knew I was low on hit points too, and I don't remember what they were.
Anyways,
I'm just gonna step in front of everybody because I'm bigger, and I'm gonna have Jenny in front of me,
thank you.
Take the child.
and I'm just gonna explain our situation. So, we were traveling with a group of people, and we befell an accident. We had an accident, and her parents did not
Super
make
dead.
it.
Super dead.
Liar. So we are travelers, and we are not equipped to take care of a small child. So we were hoping that perhaps you may find it in your hearts to take her in.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Anti-child labor laws.
Oh, persuasion. Okay.
They're like, witch, forget it.
I do not have 9 lives.
Okay. Can I actually roll tonight? Let's find
Let's
out.
go.
Hold on, let me put on my lucky shades. Alright, you're good to go.
Well, I have a +0 to perform their persuasion. I got a 14.
Boom, the shades work.
Wait, I have a +7 persuasion. Why aren't I trying to persuade them? Oh, that's why I tried. But nobody liked my manager.
You
line.
yell for their manager.
Toki, also
man.
give me a generic charisma check.
I don't know why I'm trying to do this because I literally have no charisma.
Boom.
Let's
the shades work.
go.
The shades work. I have to keep the shades on every time people roll. You guys can't see
So
them, they're fucking badass shades.
You walk up and you're talking to him when he sees you very quietly under his breath. He's like, oh my god, a turtle. And he's just kind of like staring at you wide-eyed while you're talking. When you finish, he's just transfixed for a moment and then kind of like snaps out of it, goes, yes, okay, hold on.
Oh my god, he's a furry. Or a scaly, I guess, in this case.
You might not be totally enough for the Portal Club.
Gore!
Turtle.
Turtle. Am I not turtle enough for the Turtle Club? Turtle.
All the guys we get to talk to, we get the grade A monster fucker. Good.
representative of the goddess.
Wait. As a turtle, do you lay eggs or?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
She's a cloaca. I'm not supposed to be
Anatomy-
talking about her cloaca.
Anatomy questions
like
should
me.
not be held at the front of the church, guys.
She doesn't like me talking about her cloaca with other people.
So after a while, this halfling, you can tell like he's a little bit older. Like he has graying hair and it's like receding a little bit. But besides that, he looks like decently young. And he goes, "Yes, hello, welcome. How can I help you? What's there's something about a child?"
Yes.
For sale.
She's not for sale.
Liar! You cannot lie. I know that much. We are not selling her.
Liar genuinely wants money for her. Anyway, yes, we were
It's an-
traveling with her. An accident happened. Her parents are no longer with us, and we do not have the means to care for a child.
All right. So are you asking for shelter
We
or
are-
to take her in or?
We're actively looking for next of kin, I would say. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the event that we don't find next of kin, we're looking for a place for her to grow up.
Then we tell her meow meow.
Bark, bark, motherfucker. No. We're not in the child trade business.
I don't know why. It was more like, a loose offer to see how much interest I can generate.
It's not like we kidnapped her. She followed us.
Yeah, she is kind of little, like not a lot going on behind those eyes. But it's okay, she's cute. She'll go far enough.
Clay, give me a persuasion check.
Why? No.
Oh, let me put on the shades. Hold up. There we go. They're on. Good to go.
Okay, I do.
Once again, I'm the one with the highest persuasion, and you guys keep silencing me, and I don't appreciate it.
You keep screaming for managers.
Some of these
Plus
some
one
of these things have nothing to do with UB. Okay, so the persuasion is 8. Now give me a religion check.
Oh.
Okay, that one's a 0, flat 0 for me.
Yeah, it's surprisingly low for me as well. Plus 2.
8 and 8. Okay. So he goes, "Oh, okay, yeah, a holy person. He recognizes your robes, but he doesn't recognize your because Zeus is supposed to be more obscure in this world, right?"
Right.
Yeah, he follows Zeus. Bit of a red flag, right?
So he's like, "Oh, another holy person. Okay, I appreciate that. We'd be happy to look after her for or more than happy to look after her for a bit at the behest of one of the river. Would do you know he wants, basically he's asking like, do you know how long it's going to be that you want us to just like keep an eye on her, or should we make longer term accommodations, or how do you want to proceed with this?
You could just keep her.
Liar's not wrong.
Not wrong. I would say if we can't find next of kin in the next day, we'll let you know. But we are still trying to.
Okay.
He's got like an orphanage somewhere, or you know, with a horrible headmistress that can, you know, give her some good character development. I don't know.
The child has been through. Does not need to rule her.
So
She needs a good trench bowl.
So she might need to be looked after for a couple of days, and by then you'll know whether you need any more
I will
details.
certainly stop by before we have to leave town, but I know that
We're
she
surrendering
will
her.
not need to leave town with us.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
definitely not good to care for children.
While he's talking, he's answering your questions, but he's not looking at you, Clay. He continues to look at Ren.
Dang, we got a thirsty guy.
No, he doesn't. Like he doesn't. The dude who
He
you're
wants to be
talking to is not.
shell-shocked.
The dude that you're talking to is not the first one that you spoke with. This dude, like, he's calm, he's respectful. When you first spoke to him, Clay, he like, oh yeah, holy person. And then, like, as you continue to talk to him, like, he's clearly not, like, addressing you. He's answering your questions, but he's like, continuing to look at Ren. While he talks, almost like he's kind of going like, yeah, okay, you're here, whatever.
Yeah.
But do you got a staring problem, buddy?
Could I just kindly step forward during this conversation and accidentally step on his toes while making eye contact?
Are you just saying that, or are you actually trying to do that?
Oh, I actually want to do that. He's
looking
not
too
making friends with Perry.
He's looking disrespectfully.
No, he's not looking disrespectfully. It's like
They've never seen a turtle
It's a
before.
disregard for me, which I'm reading is a disregard for my god.
Yeah.
I think we should kill him.
he's definitely got disregard for you. But he said something earlier, I don't know if anybody caught it, that hints at like what is going on here. Alright, if you are going to try to like step into
I
his
want
line
it
of
to feel like an accident if I step on his toes, but I definitely want to step on his toes a little bit.
Okay.
You were
I
all
want
about
you
me respecting the church here for a second ago.
Yeah,
but the
that was
moment-
before he's an asshole.
I want you to make 2 rolls, 1 for deception and 1 for sleight of hand.
I mean, if your patron saint is Zeus, like being ignored definitely goes against his creed.
Yeah, alright, that's +1 on both of them, so I'll roll 2 here at +1, deception, and then sleight of hand. 7 for deception, 11 for sleight of hand.
Okay. And is there anything you try to say to him while you step in his eye line, or do you just kind of like get in between him and Ren?
Excuse me, sir. I don't know if you're hearing
thinking.
me.
No.
We're talking about the child here. Since he hasn't broken, I'm assuming, contact with the turtle.
No, he hasn't.
Not his fault that room's so pretty.
Hey, it's fair, but Harry's still mad.
You do not successfully step on his feet. You get in between him and you enter his personal space, and he gets mucho uncomfortable and backs up real quickly. And he just kind of goes, okay, sorry. What's all right? Yeah, let me take the child in, and you'll be back in a couple of days.
I assume she'll be cared for well while we're away.
Well, of course.
Oh no, like I said, you can keep her.
We'll be back to let you know if we need you to care for her long term. We will seek every other avenue, believe me.
Now, can I ask a dumb question? Is she resisting or like flipping out, or
she honestly like is just kind of weirded out by everything that's going on.
She's got there's a bug and it flies through her ear and then it flies through the other ear. That's what's going on.
She's not entirely spacing out, but it's like her parents are gone. She has a bunch of strangers that have been caring for her, so it's not like she's particularly attached to them. Like the most has been like she got a couple of presents and she thought it was like really fucking cool shit when you kill those spiders, and that's been about it. Other than that, like, you know, her parents are dead. Some people she doesn't really know took care of her and now give her, you know, handing her off to some other people she doesn't know to take care of her. Like she, you know, she's just
around like a bomb.
She's just kind of going like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it, you know, she's uncomfortable, but you know, what else is there to do? All right, so Jenny goes and stays at the Temple of Temet Nu for now.
Fucking Temet Nu. Just found a new rival.
I want to know why they were looking at me.
Because you're pretty, Ren.
If you're interested, that character was Father Walter Grimway.
Wait,
Father Walter Grimway?
Mm-hmm.
That father was looking at you and saying, "Mother."
I mean, I've been
what if
saying
they wanted to
mommy.
eat her? Because
Mommy, sorry.
they worship the river, and the river provides. What if they wanted to have some turtle soup?
Well, I'm a tortoise, not a turtle.
Tomato.
He wanted to get shell shocked. He wanted a
Hey-o.
cowabunga. He wanted a what's another '90s vernacular? Tubular. Hang 10? No, that's just surfers go. You know, totally rad, man.
They wanted it all to hang loose.
All right, so you're rid of Jenny for now.
Oh, thank God.
I'm less than thrilled. All those red numbers, every one of those rolls are bad.
What is your next move?
Are we still kind of are we done with her? Or are we still gonna try to find her parents' workshop?
We still make some effort for that, but it's not top of our list anymore because she's not in tow behind us. We do still have our stuff.
I mean,
to
what are
sell,
they
but we
gonna
still
do
have-
with her? It's not like they're gonna hunt us down and give her back.
It's fair.
Who knows? They might hunt you down, Toki.
I think they will.
I fucking might.
Or ridden.
What was it we were? No, there was something on the north side. Was it Bow and Hingles we were headed to after this?
Yes.
That's on the north side of town.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a pit stop because we got some hours to kill until we can go sell our stuff at the general store. Still
Bow.
side objective of figuring out where the fuck Jenny was supposed to be. But
Sounds like an interesting store anyway, so.
it does.
All right, so that's where you're going?
Yes.
All right. As you continue up the street, which I need to go and open up more of the map, so give me a moment here.
I'm hanging by my moment. moment here with you. Oh, moment over.
You start walking up the street, and then suddenly Bill is like, "Oh wait, no, this is where I need to go," and he recognizes that over here is the training barracks for the guards.
All right, see you, Stinky.
Yeah. He gives you guys a big thank you. He says, you know, if you need anything, you know, he's happy to help. There's not much he can do right now, but you know, he did a lot. He's you know, grateful.
He has a cool new nickname.
Yep. All right, smell you later, dude.
And he just kind of smiles and waves, and he goes like,
"Buy some tobacco."
When you say "smell you later," he just kind of smiles and waves, like without even thinking. It's like, "Yeah, okay, you too." And then he's like, "Wait," and then when you mention the tobacco, he like stops, and then he goes, "Maybe."
Think we can get a good price from guards that are pent up in a guardhouse, better than we can from the general store.
I mean, he doesn't know. He's never been here before, but
50 cents on the gold
you know,
piece
he,
here.
he can ask.
You guys want to go down that avenue or just move on?
I don't know. I don't care.
I'm fine either way.
I'm here to follow and provide commentary.
For some reason, the fur on the back of my neck is standing out, so something's not right.
The beard on the front of my face is standing up after Temet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If I had fur, I would be very uncomfortable and it would be sticking up. But I don't.
Do you feel it in your shell?
Shell, yeah.
Knock, knock. You're about to get shell shocked.
Stay through the general store. We already went down that avenue. Get our gold that way. I know.
Okay.
Hi, Bill.
Hi, Stinky.
See ya,
You don't
Stinky.
smell as bad as they say.
Still bad though, just not as bad.
Yeah, I don't have to tell
Still
him that
smell
though.
them from here, but that could be because of my heightened smell, but it still stinks. I prefer smelling my own butthole.
Well, everybody has their own thing.
I mean, it's weird even from cats, but you know, you can do you, boo.
I wonder if they have catnip here.
And here behind the alley. Cat.
I mean, you can always ask.
No, then I'll be bouncing off the walls for the next 2 days. Wait,
Or you
catnip
could be
wired
completely
to-
comatose. You never know until
Yeah,
you try
okay.
it. And in fact, there's a 25% chance that a cat is completely unaffected by catnip. In fact, that's the case with Maddox. He don't give a shit. We've tried several different kinds. He doesn't care.
Try smelling salts. See what that does to him.
He'll probably throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so burpy.
All right, Bowen Hingle's Imports and Oddities. That is, well, the one that I have, you know, revealed. Again, just draw green scribbles on it to make it clear. So you enter the shop, and there's a showroom. That's kind of like a storefront. It isn't super huge. It's like I don't know, maybe like 20 by 25 feet. There's a counter and a bunch of different things that are like in glass cases around the shop. The rarities are basically just kind of there to draw attention. It's made of black and white marble on all the walls. On the inside, on the outside is still the brown granite. Let's see here. There are 3 people in there. A young man, an older man, and a woman. And
Where's your manager? No, I'm kidding.
as you walk in, the woman is wearing kind of a poofy dress that has thick vertical orange and white stripes. She has brown hair that's up in pigtails. She has tan skin and golden eyes, and she basically walks up to you and gives a bow and says, "Welcome to Bowen-Hingles. How can we help you?"
We want to sell tobacco.
Oh,
That-
what was her name? Bramble? Bobble?
Or Amble.
Amble.
Amble. We heard that they were looking for waiting on a manager. What to do?
She goes, okay, and she kind of like goes to the back, and you hear calling out to the 2 guys, or talking to the 2 guys, saying like, "There's an amble here," and they come up, and the older gentleman, he just is kind of like, looks a little bit tired, and the younger one, he says, "Oh, thank goodness," and he's kind of disheveled. He says, "My name is Xavier. Yes, he's quite overdue. What's going on?"
He's dead. Like, super dead. Also, called it. It was this one.
It was this one.
Yeah!
Is that actually what you say to him?
Oh. I mean, that's what Liar says. Yeah, he's dead. Oh, he died.
Popping behind Blair. He died on the road. We were trying to figure out where he was headed to and possibly who hired him. His daughter survived.
Yeah, we picked up their dog or something. Oh, his daughter. Right.
His dogger.
Dogger.
Oh.
That should be a new sort of phrase for fur babies. It's my dogger.
It's not that.
I really need to pee. I'm not going to take a full break here. I'm just going to be back in a minute. Okay. So yeah, you say that her parents are dead.
Oh, they died. Oh, he died.
Xavier, he has long black hair, and he's dressed in a suit with a lot of frills and ruffles. He just kind of goes like, "Ah!" and like collapses on the floor. Not like passes out, but into that like kind of like kneeling position. And the other guy, the older gentleman, he has scruffy black hair and a bushy gray beard. And he takes off his glasses, and he just kind of like puts his hand to his head and shakes it, just like, "God damn it." The Xavier is clearly distraught, and the older gentleman looks more frustrated than anything.
You knew him?
Xavier's like, I never got the chance to meet him in person, but I own the shop and I've been having to help work the inventory while he's been gone. I cannot take this.
Oh, so he's not stressed because people die. He's stressed because inventory management. I get it. I do.
Quarter percent.
He's just he looks he's losing it a little bit. The girl is a little bit like confused, but she's kind of off to the side, just going like, "Oh, that's so sad." And the big guy, he's tall with very broad shoulders, and he walks around Xavier, puts his hand out to, shake whoever's standing in front, and basically says, "Hello, I'm Henry. I'm the general manager here, and I'm the one that Daniel was supposed to replace. I was supposed to retire. I'm just sorry to, hear this happened. How can I help you?"
Do you know if you had family in the town?
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit there. You're going to need to repeat that.
Oh, sorry. Do you know if he had family in the town or someone he was going to be with in the city?
No. It's his understanding that Daniel Amble was traveling here, moving his was traveling here to kind of like get not necessarily a new start for his family, but where they came from was really poor, and they were just kind of stuck there. But he did a good job managing the store that he was at, so they wanted somebody else to bring in a little more influence to like build their business. And other than that, he doesn't think there's anybody nearby that is related to him.
No, sucks for Danny.
Oh.
We tried.
We tried our damnedest.
A street urchin life for her.
Please, sir. May I have some more? More.
Get her out of that church and hook her up with Valentina.
Really should. Maybe Valentina wants her.
Xavier kind of is still shaken up. He's a little bit rattled, but he's pulling himself together, and he's it kind of like slowly stands up, and he goes, okay. It's bad news for my business. We're gonna need to hire somebody else, but
Seems a strong response for having to hire somebody else there, but
he's like he's the owner, but he doesn't work. He just owns it. He's like a franchise owner. So him having to actually work is not something he's used to. So him having to spend like, a couple of weeks going and backing up the store, and then now these last few days and finding out he's going to have to keep working until they find another like manager to come in. He's losing his shit because most of the time he just gets money and doesn't have to do shit. He picks himself up and he says, okay, it's bad news that what's happened for the business, but I can try to help you out. I can send word back to the town they came from and see if they have any family there. I can try and help you out. And if anybody is wait, you just asked about his you said he's dead and you asked about his family, right?
yeah,
We
basically,
did
if there was anyone who
We did tell somebody about his child thing.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. So he goes, okay, as a courtesy, he is willing to offer a generous sum to whoever looks after his daughter, whoever looks after Jenny.
Oh shit! Should we pick her back up for money?
Oh dear lord.
For money, though. How generous?
Does he know if there's family back in the town they came from that she could go to?
He doesn't know yet. He can ask them and he can find out.
Okay.
It will take a while for message to get there.
Does he know somewhere she can stay in the meantime, other than, the church's basement of the portal-obsessed perverts?
Oh, they're
He's
perverts now, huh?
Yeah. I had, yes.
he has a moment where he's going like are you asking if like they would look after her for a while, or what?
If there's, whether it's someone we could put her in the care of that would look after her while they figure out if she has somewhere to go back to.
It's clear that he and the other associates there, like, yeah, we feel bad for her, but that's not our job description, and a kid's a lot of work. No. So they aren't interested. They have some money to throw around, or Xavier has some money to throw around, and he's willing to like try and be nice because of the situation, but that's really about it.
What if I also threw some money at it?
No. Why would you throw money at it?
I don't like that church.
Money for what now?
Money to care for the child.
So we're gonna buy the child after trying to sell her?
I'm gonna give somebody money to take care of her while they figure out where to put her.
I'm starting to think the bullshit that I just say randomly is getting a little bit too treated just serious.
They're offering money to have somebody take care of her. They're like, yeah, no, we will not.
Okay.
They're not interested. They're offering money as a courtesy, but that's it. Like, okay. They feel bad and they realize it's a bad time, so they're trying to do the right thing, but they're like, we are not equipped to handle a child.
Fair. Whatever happened to child labor in this town?
Wow, your morals go right out the window. But then again, your saint is Zeus, so it does fit.
Yeah, I'm going with the character here. But okay. So they're gonna get word back to the town. Hopefully, hear back. She goes somewhere. Hope we're good.
Yeah. They also note some of the group's gear and basically say, hey, should you ever be looking for work, we might have jobs for you.
What are we talking here? Because I'm too pretty for customer service.
No, not like that.
Well, you're lost, but anyway.
He goes, no, it really isn't.
Does he stare at the turtle?
No.
I was gonna say, what does this town have against turtles?
Man, I told
Everybody
you,
loves
you're
'em.
pretty, okay?
I mean,
All right, so we got possible work here. Solid.
fetch quests.
Are the jobs for glory or gold?
Oh, definitely for gold. There are certain items that need retrieval. There are rare components that they could sell for a decent price. And, you know, they have a lot of stuff in their warehouse in the back that, you know, they managed to acquire it through, you know, auctions, bulk sales, dumb luck. And it hasn't exactly been tested yet. So
They need guinea pigs. Right? That's what I'm reading into, right?
just in case something isn't as, you know,
Not
friendly as
exploding.
other objects. Somebody who knows their way around and might be a little more durable than most would be useful.
They're trying to make sure things aren't super exploding. Just, you know, minorly exploding.
Handful of jobs there.
We'll take a note of that.
We also have Valentina's theme.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we want to go back to the general store?
I don't know how much time has passed. Are we good to go back?
Between traveling and discussing and whatnot, you've probably got like 1 more hour.
We go back and tell the church that they're gonna try and find word for her.
Yeah.
Take care, Jenny, and they'll try and find out if she has family.
Okay, so you go back to the church, or technically it would be the temple, and are you just like leaving word, or are you trying to talk to somebody about it?
Oh,
I feel like we should tell Father Grimway.
yeah.
Talking to him.
All right. So you asked to, you know, speak with Father Grimway regarding the lost child, and he's like, all right, you know, whoever's up front, just says, okay, we'll you know, get him, and after you know, a few minutes, he comes out. He goes, that was fast. What news?
Her parents are still dead.
They are
I don't have any
Take this one,
charisma. I don't
Ren.
know why I'm taking this. Yeah, so Xavier from Bow and Hingles is going to send word back to the town where she came from to see if there's anybody there that might be part of her family. So, yeah. She's all yours.
We did let
So-
Xavier know that she was at the church, right?
I feel like
Tech-
we did.
Technically, I don't think you did.
Never mind. then.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, he'll figure it out.
I mean, you could always pop back and tell him real quick after this. Father Grimway says, "Okay, so I'm understanding that you want me to look after her until we receive word from Xavier at B&H."
Yes.
That would be correct.
And he kind of nods and he says, "Okay, if an envoy of the river wishes it, then so be it. We can accommodate."
An envoy of the river?
That's the turtle.
Huh.
Is there anything
Um,
else?
What? Who's what's the envoy of the river?
And he looks at you a little confused, and he says, "Your people are holy to us."
So much.
I see.
Oh, you're not food. You're the
I
god.
see.
A food friend.
Ren's like pulls out her little diary and starts making notes.
Lawyer goes up to his like, it's also because she's super pretty, right? Right?
Is that what you're actually asking?
Yes.
Persuasion check.
Oh, that's my persuasion. That's +7, so you know. Ha! Right?
Let's go.
Right?
He does like a half bow and he says, "She is absolutely gorgeous."
Bitch, that's what I'm talking about.
If a turtle could blush, my cheeks would be bright red.
That's better.
And that's
I'm happy to find this out. I don't hate them anymore.
And that was my one good roll for the month.
I will drop 4 gold in the offering plate, wherever it happens to be, and say I hope this helps you to care for the child and whatever endeavors you have further.
Yeah, he hated you guys because you weren't paying attention to him.
Woman? Man?
Satyr? You drop in the gold and he's like, "That's very generous, thank you."
Follower of the
it is-
seas, just
it
in a
is-
different way.
he's very appreciative.
And Ren just like, please take care of her. I've grown quite fond of her. And Vexrel's like nodding his little dragon head.
The people that are gonna send word to the town are at that shop we went to, dude. So yeah, check in with them.
Okay, yeah, he's good with that, and
Now
he's,
we don't
he's-
have
I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold out my hand, my claw hand, and like offer for him to shake it. Or yeah.
Oh, don't make that guy jizz his pants.
I was
how
gonna make him kiss my hand, but I'm not like that.
You might
how tall is Ren?
She's 5'11".
Okay, so yeah, he has to like kind of reach up because he's just a halfling, but he does the like double hand grasp handshake.
and soils himself.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
He says, "Oh, it's no problem."
Ooh. Why am I so burpy, man? It's pissing me off.
I don't know what you ate.
Chicken. I call it, I came up with my own dish called Chicky Chicky Parm Parm.
Do you want to let Bo and Hingles know that she's at the temple?
Well,
Yeah.
we told the church that
It's only a
the people-
block and a half away. We can just
Well,
circle around down the center and mosey.
Yeah, you told the church, but like still like Bo and Hingles wouldn't know that she's
We
at the
should
church. So.
let them know where to send word.
Okay, so
And
you
it'll
let
give
him.
us a chance to search the north side of town while we're moseying back towards the general store.
Okay. Is there anything specific you're looking for along the north side of town? And I'm assuming you just pop in and are like, hey, by the way, she's hanging at the church. Let them know.
Yeah,
Post haste.
I would be looking for an armorer.
oh, you want to upgrade armor. I want to take all the gold I have and turn it into armor.
Shiny.
Be like, because I'm a cat.
Yeah, just if there's an armorer on the way back down through the center of town to the general store, which I think is where we're headed. I'd just like to pop in with that Bulette carapace, see what's what. It's worth doing anything with.
Okay. So you're not looking for a supplier. You're specifically looking for a blacksmith.
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody that works. Yeah, specifically just somebody that forges armor.
Don't you need it blessed by your gods?
Blessed by my gods, no matter what I do.
Oh, okay. I was just
As
wondering.
long as I go back to sleep. Yeah.
Hercules.
There's very clearly no temple of Zeus in this place.
Yeah, because these people got standards.
Hey, hey. Need you to
That's
tell a
good.
little
You
bit
got
less
some-
truths
Hey,
from
the
up
giant
here.
lion is awesome. Just saying. Just don't call him Mufasa. He gets pissed off. He's like that cloud in the sky, like, remember who you are. Remember Simba. Yeah. I've been reading up on the giant lion. He's pretty cool.
Nice. Fighter with a god, it's a fun thing.
He grants me giant's might. That's how I can grow. Don't ever use it when you're fornicating. They tend not to like that.
This small building here is a blacksmith. Their business is called Cold Iron.
Holy shit. Okay, guys, don't get mad at me. apparently I'm a scribe. And I can find any information out that I want. I know where to look.
That's not something to be mad at, because the thing is, we're all still kind of just learning here, dude.
Yeah, I was like reading my thing. I was like, hey, what's this? I was like, oh my god, I missed that.
Yeah, because he worked at an academy or a college or something like that.
Academy! Ah!
Alright. So I just like mosey into, what did he say his name?
The place is called Cold Iron.
Mosey into Cold Iron. Just present. On my sheet, I have a 2x2 square of Bulette carapace, and I've just been carrying on my back. Present that to them and ask them if they can make any use of that into forging into armor or anything along those lines, or if they just straight up want to buy it if it can't work into my armor.
That's another thing too. I lost my notes. They were back here. I don't know what happened to them. Someone took my notebook. Oh wait. I think I took a picture of it. Because there are some things I would like to sell to the armor I had. Booyah! Did take a picture. I'm ingenious.
There you go.
That'll do. There is a green orc behind the forge, and she goes, "What do we have here?" And she starts looking over the Bulette carapace. And you asked her for what?
Just if she could work it into my current armor or shield or like weapons, just anything along those lines, or if they have any use for it that they would want to purchase from me one way or the other.
She goes, "No, I don't think we have a good use for it ourselves. It would not sell well, but we could put it on your shield easily. Would you like that?"
Yeah. Would it strengthen the shield?
What is the size of the carapace segment that you pulled off?
2x2 square foot.
Okay. Do you have any other specific notes on it?
No, just 2 feet by 2 feet of Bulette carapace.
Okay. You are going to have...
I know it was roughly hewn because I think I used the sharp edge of my warhammer to kind of cut it out. So it's a rough cut.
Yeah, it's almost been torn out. So, depending upon what you do or want to do, she can put it on there and it will be decorative, and that will cost the least. You can maybe use it to reinforce the shield in a way that will make it stronger or make it lighter, or that would allow you to use it as a weapon. But depending upon which you choose, you cannot have a combination of them. It's just one of those three.
Right.
And they're going to have different prices because it's going to be more work on the shield. Do you know if your shield is wooden or metal or any specifics on that?
I believe I don't have it written down, but I believe at whenever we talked it over, it was a metal studded wooden shield.
Okay, so it's wood with metal studs.
Hold on. Is Ephraim alive?
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay. Just I haven't heard nothing from you, bud.
No, it's okay. Yeah, if you
I
can.
keep making silly faces at you just to get you to laugh and see if
No.
you're still there. You don't do shit.
No, I like the metal horns.
No, that's my bro. I make fun of bros in California. I'll go like this, and when they have soul patches, they go.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just like the generic shield.
Okay.
I didn't go for anything special whenever crafting up, so.
So
I
is
believe the flavor on it was just metal studded wooden shield, kind of
Okay.
like the crossbar with the holy symbol in the center.
all right. Is there any one of those specifically you want to do? Do you have a certain price range that you're going for?
Stronger would be nice if it could add to my AC, because putting it into attacks, I don't have an offhand attack I can use. That's not super interesting to me. Lighter, I mean, I don't know what effect that would have. I don't hate it though. So lighter or stronger, and I've got, roughly 270-ish gold to play with.
So, you can always make an attack with an offhand weapon using your bonus action.
Hey, hold on. You guys continue.
Okay.
I have to go take my antibiotics right now. It's time. So I'll be right
Okay.
back.
Okay, cool. You can always make an attack with an offhand as a bonus action if you're doing like 2-weapon fighting. Shields by default do not have this unless you have like certain abilities. However, if she goes and she puts this on there, it will essentially allow you to use the shield to make a D6 attack if you eat up your bonus action.
Okay.
If you strengthen it, then it's going to give you +1 AC. And if you make it lighter, then it is going to give you a +1 bonus to dexterity saves.
I'm back.
Hey, that's...
Oh, hey, Alex. I didn't mean to interrupt. If you could check your attacks, I said say something.
Okay.
+1 to dex. See, with my armor, I'm already disadvantaged with dexterity, so that's not super appealing to me. Because I'm either going to roll higher or I'm not. But man, that offhand attack is tempting. There's a lot of times I'm not using a bonus. I honestly, if I can do an offhand attack with shield off of a modification, that's probably what I'll go for over the +1 AC.
Okay. So that will be let me check something real quick here.
That's cool, Russ.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Got a little bored.
I was all doing the sound effects.
Yeah. There's the color. Sorry, I'm just playing with my lightsaber. Trying to get this fly.
It'll be 125 to upgrade it for the offhand attack, and will take about a day to complete.
A day?
Yeah.
What would be the cost and time frame on the AC bonus?
Let's see here.
Just so I can give, because I want to give the group options. I don't want to lock us in for a day here.
Well, I did have a question before after Clay wanted. Is there an enchanter here?
There should be.
Okay, because I do have a silk cape I want to enchant. And I was curious of how long that was going to take too.
All right. Real quick, would it be all right if we I give you some prices on the shield, we would take a note on the enchanter, and then we table the rest for next time?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd
Okay.
be all right.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah. I just didn't want to lock us into this town for a day.
The amount of time that it's going to take to do any of these is going to be about a day, except for if it's ornamental. If it's decorative, then it's going to be a half a day.
Sorry.
You're fine.
Lightsaber went crazy.
Decorative is going to be 50 gold pieces, half a day. We got AC, dex save, and attack. D6. And that was, what did I say for the attack? 125?
I thought you said 150. I may be mistaken.
I'm sure that sounds right. Okay. Yeah, that's 150. The AC will be 125, same amount of time. The dex save will be 200, same amount of time.
Plus 1 dex. Okay.
Snake.
So, yeah, we'll disable the choice. I'll just run back the group if we're planning on spending a day here. I'll do one of those. We'll figure it out after the fact. Assuming we'll be here until tomorrow afternoonish.
Does that mean we have to get another day pass?
I don't know.
The day pass is
only
good
2
for
copper a day.
1 day. No, it's 3 copper a day for the day
4 hours?
pass.
3 copper a day.
Okay, so it's like 24 hours or like till the day ends, like Sunday.
Till the day ends.
And that's just to get across the bridges, correct?
And to get through city gates.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't have a gate or a day pass, it is 2 copper pieces per gate and 1 copper piece per bridge crossed. The day pass is 3 copper. So it's basically like if somebody is just going through town or spending a day in town, they'll get the day pass. If they're going to be staying here for an extended period and they're basically just like, in a certain area for a meeting or at a, whatever, then they will go and just, pay it piecemeal, because it costs less than them paying a day pass each time. That's really the only difference.
Word.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you down, baby. Oh, don't look at me like that. You're breaking my heart.
Figure out.
Alright, now that this is over, I want to show you guys something. I'm going to send
Any,
it into the Chizat.
Suggestions there, guys. I would accept.
Suggestions to what?
Whether I should take
Ooh, I'm
the bonus
I'm an A.
attack
This stuff,
or the AC or
That would be
the
making.
dex
That would be
save.
what's making you burp if you're drinking that.
I just started drinking that, actually. I've been
AC
burpy.
or Dex.
Yeah, no, the options, I can get a bonus attack with my shield, so I could basically do an attack with my hammer and then an attack with my shield. Or I could do +1 to my AC, which would bump up my tankiness a bit.
Yeah, but what's
Or
your
I could do +1 to my dex save.
well, what's your what's it called? Your strength at?
It's high. At
It's high?
yeah. It's
Okay.
a +3 on strength. Like, but the dex saves, like, with my armor, I'm at a disadvantage on stealth checks already, which
Okay.
are dex, I believe.
I believe so.
Yeah. So that would take me from +1 to a +2, but I'd still be at disadvantage. Or I could take an additional AC when I'm carrying my shield, which I pretty much always am. Or I could take a bonus attack when I'm carrying my shield, which would give me a second attack whenever I'm up in the fray with you guys.
Where do you think you'd be? Where do you think?
I'm fully open to suggestions here.
I think you should do the dex because that's what it seems like it needs to be most at.
Yeah, I'm on Dex or like the dual attack,
Okay.
the second attack. We don't really have anybody super sneaky, right?
Me?
You're super sneaky?
I think
Yes.
he's our sneakiest.
I mean, I don't think I'm gonna be sneaking around anywhere. I'm a turtle.
Yeah, I'm not a sneaky boy. The dex save, it would be just combating the disadvantage because my armor imposes disadvantage on stealth.
It's a little hard to be sneaky when you got the clip clops.
Yeah. See,
Fair.
the only problem is that I get a little ahead of myself, and I react a lot. Like I got ADHD real bad.
You your dexterity is decent, but you are also wearing chainmail, which means you also get disadvantage on stealth checks, Russ.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah, that's my
I
issue
thought I
with
was
the
wearing
dex
leather
save.
for some reason. It's been so long.
It's
Dude,
like
I honestly get
plus
confused.
one, I'm already at disadvantage. It's like if I don't roll, a 10+, I'm fucking everybody regardless. On
Yeah,
disadvantage.
I'm getting confused between the two characters. The one I used, Rusty. I was sitting there, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a redneck. I was like, wait, not on this guy.
No, Tiberius just goes meow.
Yeah, yeah. Meow. I'm like, oh shit, because it's been a while since I played him. And I think Rusty, the monk, is the stealthy one. That's where I'm getting confused.
Yeah.
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 I'm just trying to figure out which of these is most helpful. Like, is it more helpful for me to be up in the fray with the fighters, which would be Belt and is it Tiberius?
Yeah, Tiberius.
Belt and Tiberius. If I'm up in the fray with them, the +1 AC is not a bad idea, but bonus attack.
Yeah.
And now to be clear, the bonus on dex, that's saves, not checks.
Right.
So it wouldn't
Okay,
impact
so-
your stealth
oh,
anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking Dex for you.
Check that.
Alright, so...
Sorry,
it'd
Ephraim,
be- it'd
what?
be either...
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to check out.
No
It,
problem.
it's fine. We're wrapping up anyway, and you can get some rest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just gotta get up early.
Have a good
Alright,
night.
dude.
Yeah,
Sorry,
thanks,
guys.
Alright, dude.
Peace out.
Hello, your friend.
Peace out.
Bye, Clay. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Night.
Take care, man. Get some rest.
Thanks, bro.